Welcome to Resonate, the music mindset and marketing podcast. I'm your host, Ross Ledbetter from Tryfan Music, where each week we help independent recording artists record, release, and promote their music so they can succeed and thrive in today's new music business. And today, this is part 3 of a series called Release Your Single Like a Pro, the 2025 Guide for Independent Artists. But before we begin, if you'd like to learn the 6 steps to becoming successful in 2025, then download the free Recording Artist Toolkit. If you're watching this on YouTube, it should be in the boxes below. But this week, we are discussing part 3, Building Your Buzz, how to create hype before release day. So let's dive in. So you've planned your release and you've now polished your track. Well, now comes the most overlooked and the most powerful part of the process, building the buzz. If nobody knows that your single is coming, then they're not going to hear it no matter how good it is. So let's get your audience excited, engaged, and ready to hit play the second that your track drops. Here are some of the steps you should follow. Step 1. Start early. 4 to 6 weeks out is what I would recommend. The earlier you start teasing the track, the better. Your fans need time to notice that you have a new song. They need time to care, and ultimately they need time to take action. So here's a sample 4-week pre-release timeline that we use a lot in Tryfan Music, and we find that it's very successful. Week 1, announce the single and share the cover art. Week 2, share behind the scenes content or lyric teasers. Week 3, drop a snippet or a video teaser of the track and also include the pre-save link. And then in week 4, you build hype with countdowns, story posts, and early fan reactions. If you follow this 4-week pre-release timeline, you will build momentum in your campaign, and it will help with the Spotify streams and ultimately your chart position when the single drops. Step 2. Use pre-save links to build momentum. A pre-save lets fans add your song to their library on Spotify or whichever streaming platform they use before it's actually released. So it sends a signal to Spotify or Apple Music, Amazon Music algorithms that people are waiting and wanting to hear your track. So you want to use some of the more popular tools such as Feature.fm, Show.co is a popular one with the CD Baby distributor, Hyped It, or whichever distributor you use, they usually have a built-in pre-save link with them. So here's a top tip as well. Offer an incentive to your fans for pre-saving your song ahead of time. Maybe it's a free download or an exclusive demo or merch or an entry to a free show. But incentivize your fans to pre-save or pre-order your song ahead of the release date. Step 3. Create content that tells a story. Music is personal. Your audience wants to connect with you, but they also want to connect not just with your song, but with the story behind the song. So create short-form content that tells that story behind the song. Think about things like, why did you write it in the first place? Who is the song for? What does it mean to you? What inspired the writing and ultimately the recording of the track? And here's a series of formats that you can think about in your content. TikTok and Instagram reels with song snippets are quite popular these days. Story behind the song, mini vlogs. Countdown graphics at 2 weeks and 7 days ahead of time. Reaction from fans in video format. Use different forms of content to keep your audience engaged and to help you build momentum in the pre-release campaign. Step 4, tease but don't spam. Think of your promotional content like a movie trailer. So you want to give just enough away to intrigue audiences, but you don't want to give too much away. Mix up your content. Think about the aesthetic and the mood board posts. Maybe you want to add some rehearsal clips of you in the studio. Lyrics on the screen in graphic format, studio footage or demo recordings, and raw phone videos and photos are all different forms of content to help you tease the audience that something exciting is about to come. Here's a tip to avoid, and I see a lot of artists doing this, but try to avoid posting the same artwork or coming soon, pre-order too many times. Keep it fresh and keep it engaging. And finally, step 5, collaborate and cross-promote. Tag collaborators, involve other musicians and industry people that you've worked with, and give shout outs to your producer, to your collaborators, your musicians, your artists, your graphic designer, your photographer. Connect with other artists with similar audiences to yourself that are working in the same genre. Reach out to local music blogs, radio shows, playlist curators, and also, of course, your fans, and ask them to repost and share your teaser content. Cross promotion really helps to multiply your reach on social media, and it shows that your track has a community of fans behind it. So, in conclusion, then, here's some final thoughts. Buzz isn't just built on luck. You need to be strategic and you need to build the buzz through intentional actions. Use every day leading up to the release as a way to pull people closer to you, to your song, the story behind it, to build the excitement, and ultimately to grow your following. So this week's action then, I want you to create a simple 4-week pre-release content calendar. Focus on telling your story and making people feel part of your journey. And remember, if you need help with your next single release, then book in a free one-to-one discovery call with us here at Tryfan Music, and let's see if we are a good fit to work together. Remember to download the free Recording Artist Toolkit to learn the 6 steps to becoming successful in today's new music business. I hope you found this week's video podcast helpful. You can help me by clicking the bell notification and hitting the red subscribe button, and that way you'll be the first to know when we upload the next video. And the next video, part 4, is called Release Day Game Plan. What to do with the moment your song drops. So until the next video, I will look forward to seeing you in the next podcast. Thanks for listening.